Hello, everyone. Yes, it's me. It's cold outside, and when I went outside, there were a few like these kernels rather than snowflakes, like these snow kernels all over my pots. Haven't seen anything else, so we'll see. Uh, I like snow. I don't have a problem with snow. I never had a problem with snow. I just adjust it and oh, snow is fun. It's to me every season is fun. Different things that one does in different seasons, and yeah, rather than being unhappy about it, I've seen some things out there in every season, right? Yes. In the spring, it's the rains. In the summer, it's the heat and the humidity here. In the fall, it's the leaves that are all falling all over the place. And of course, in the winter, it's the cold and the snow. I love the seasons, all of them. So interesting. Every season is just so interesting. And for me, it's never been that one season was exactly the same as the other. And I made some videos on that, especially when I made the herbal videos, where it's always something different, always something new, always something that I've never seen this before. Yes, uh, I love it. Life is just so interesting, and it doesn't have to cost a lot of money to be interesting. Yes, all right, all right. Did hear something, if I remember at the end of right, that I've seen again. I kind of go with what I hear and see out there to then do I need to talk about that? There's hardly anything that really touches my life here. I'm so invested, really, into taking care of my grandchildren and making these videos here for the reputation of God. Mm. And coming up with the next thing that I would like to make. Yes, crafting, this, that. I found they're over there, so I can't show them to you. They're already veering off into something different. Who cares? There was this plant growing out there, and I did look it up. I didn't know what it was. I've never seen that plant before, and it developed these pods, like oval pods. Yes, I looked at these pods. I'm going, oh, now I know where in some of the they a long, long time ago, body snatchers and stuff like that in these alien movies. They had these pods and they looked a lot like that. I'm going, man, you could probably, every idea that any person had ever had, yeah, you can trace back to something they saw or came in contact with or experienced themselves, right? But as far as, oh, is it alien or is it this or that? No, sometimes I wonder how people come up with certain ideas, right? To do something with. Anyway, so I found these pods and they were green when I found them, and I thought, I'll try to dry those and see what happens. It's an invasive plant, they say. It's a vine, they say. Though again, I haven't used it. Tried to use it for to weave or make some rope or something with it, which I also like to do with all kinds of different natural materials out there. I know I'm not very good at it. I just like to try stuff out, okay, to see if it works. And they kind of just rotted. They didn't really. They just kind of rotted, and I realized, this is not going to work. So the other day, the little one and I went for a walk. We came across the back part here. Yeah, our walk consists of the backyard here. And I'm looking, I'm going, oh, what is that? And she wanted to pick it up. I said, wait, let Rosie have a look at it first. And it's one of those pots, but it had broken off, broken in half, and completely dried, like it's like wood or something. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful, absolutely clean on the inside. The outside is a little more rough, but the inside looks beautifully, almost white in color, and completely pristine, clean. And I'm looking at it, and it's like this oval, but with imagine an egg broken in half, the long way. And with the indention, then I'm going to look at him. Oh, I can see a Christmas ornament. Yes, yeah. Anyway, or even a garland or something. Anyway, so there's a whole bunch of them out there. I don't have to worry about it. They're already dry. And it's snowing now. So I found something new, that I've never found before. It's perfect for crafting. I love it. I can't wait, yes, to collect them out there, which, as I said, doesn't matter. They're already as hard as wood. And if I get them in the next week or so, I'll have a whole bunch to work with. I'm just saying, yes. That's how interesting the world is out there to me. Oh, and the little one showed me. Yes, kind of guided me towards. Because I already thought, oh, this isn't going to work. They just rot into the ground. Well, anyway. So let's get going. Book of Isaiah. Before I keep just talking more and more about it. We are in 3, the super chapter 3, the third part of the book of Isaiah. So I'm assuming this is the third Isaiah. Yeah. The one post-apocalyptic. Post the Israelites already going home, right? Yes, I explained that in another video. So 56, promises to foreigners. Thus says Yahweh, make fair judgment your concern, act with justice, for soon my salvation will come, and my saving justice be manifest. Blessed is anyone who does this, anyone who clings to it, observing the Sabbath, not profaning it, and abstaining from every evil deed. Oh, it is Sunday today. Oh, but then for some, Saturday is the Sabbath, not Sunday. And then for some, Sunday is the Sabbath, not Saturday. If we can't even agree on the Sabbath day all around the world, right? Yes, as Christians. And you know what? It's just so weird. Anyway. Observing the Sabbath, not profaning it, and abstaining from every evil deed. No foreigner adhering to Yahweh should say, Yahweh will utterly exclude me from his people. Oh, that's interesting. No foreigner adhering to Yahweh should say, Yahweh will utterly exclude me from his people. Huh. That's a very interesting sentence right there. No eunuch should say, look, I am a dried up tree. For Yahweh says this, to the eunuchs who observe my Sabbaths and choose to do my good pleasure and cling to my covenant, I shall give them in my house and within my walls a monument and a name better than the sons and daughters. I shall give them an everlasting name that will never be effaced. Aw, this is really sweet. I don't know if eunuchs are, okay, eunuchs, it's interesting that they're even mentioned in here. And does a eunuch mean that it's a man that just can't produce a child? Okay. Or is it eunuchs in a physical sense on where they have been castrated? Okay. Did that exist in Europe? And I don't know. I'd have to go, and here in the Americas, I don't know. I'd have to go and check it out. Because I know, for as far as I know, this is a practice done in Asia. Or was, right? And for the main reason to serve the kings and the queens. Yes? Yeah, especially the queens, the harems, right? Because they can't do anything. Oh, yeah? Really? Okay, I'm just saying. So this is an odd one in here. Why is this even in here, right? It's nice. It's a nice thought, okay, that, hey, that God does not discriminate. And it's not God who castrated these men, yes, to start with. But it's interesting. Why is this even in here like that, right? Yes? Does this really come from God? Again, the sentiment is nice. Right? Now, I absolutely do believe, too, that there's reasons why men and women out there can't produce children. It has a way higher purpose than we even think. And sadly is needed due to what fact? Right? Because so many that can have children, have them, abandon them. Then you gotta have people out there who, with open arms, will embrace these abandoned children. Yes? And if people are chosen out there to do so due to the fact they can't have their own children. Wow, you really mean something on this earth. Yes, you have great meaning here on earth. All right. Okay, I could get further into that, but we're not going to do that. As for foreigners who adhere to Yahweh to serve him, to love Yahweh's name and become his servants, all who observe the Sabbath, not profaning it, and cling to my covenant, these I shall lead to my holy mountain and make them joyful in my house of prayer. Why just the Sabbath? Why not all the 10 Commandments? Okay. Their burnt offerings and sacrifices will be accepted on my altar, for my house will be called a house of prayer for all peoples. Again, I like this. This is not that there's nothing one can say against this. This is exactly what I've been saying. What have the Israelites been doing? Just deciding they're the chosen people or this or that. Yes? And then, wait a minute. But if the foreigners in Yahweh's eyes are all welcome, well, then why is the don't mix with other nations? Right? Well, I explained that as well. At that time, it was important for the Israelites to build first a good foundation for themselves. Have they done that? No. Hence, yes, it's if you want to get good at something, really, truly, concentrate on something, anything. Is it education? Is it, what did I start talking about in the beginning? Then you need to stay focused. You stay focused on one thing. If one gets into too many different things, right? Then then suddenly there is this project going and that project going and this one and that one and I don't know what, and nothing will ever be finished. Nothing will ever really get done, right? Yes? I have a very systematic system. One can be interested in a whole bunch of stuff to do and wanting to do and starting projects, but I start. I have it very organized, then I finish. Once I have so many projects going, I finish them, one after another, before I start something new. So, one of my strengths is organizing things as well. So I keep oversight, yes, over what is going on in my surroundings. And it doesn't suddenly become a cluttered, ugly mess. And that, of course, goes for relationships as well. Yes? All right. Let's get clean. Anywho, so Lord Yahweh, who gathers the exiles of Israel, declares, there are others I shall gather, besides those already gathered. Come and gorge, all you wild beasts, all you beasts of the forest. The unworthiness of the nation's leaders. Its watchmen are all blind. They know nothing. Dumb watchdogs, all unable to bark, they dream, lie down, and love to sleep. Greedy dogs, never satisfied, such as are the shepherds who understand nothing. They all go their own way, each to the last man after his own interest. Come, let me fetch wine. We will get drunk on strong drink. Tomorrow will be just as wonderful as today, and even more so. The upright person perishes, and no one cares. The faithful is taken off, and no one takes it to heart. Yes, because of the evil times, the upright is taken off. He will enter peace, and those who follow the right way will find rest on their beds. Okay, that's the end here. Of 56. This is a really good one. So we started a new book and I have to say, ooh. But again, I can understand, if I want to understand this according to God's will and ideal for mankind, it's probably not going to be in the way that it is written down here. On how the high priests, the prophets, the kings, and the queens, and whoever the generals of the armies wanted to see this, wanted to have this done for the people to understand it their way. I would like to understand this according to God's will and ideal for mankind. Yes? Then that's going to be a bit different. It's not a bad start here. But I can already hear out of it that there is an agenda going on. exactly the one that is mentioned over here when it comes to the unworthiness of the nation's leaders. Yes? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so there is that. So I do remember it, so let's mention it. I have mentioned many times before, I grew up Catholic. I got very good guidance when it comes to the spiritual realm, to live here on earth from my mother, mainly. I did get some from the church, mainly to learn about the Bible. I loved singing the songs in church. That was that, really, when it comes down to it. I've always been closer to Mother Mary than my brother Jesus for the longest time. I guess I could relate better to Mother Mary, Jesus' mom, due to the fact that I was very close to my mom, or I felt I was really close to my mom. Right? Yes, I was closer to my mom than I was to my father. So there you go. And I find that balance wonderful. It isn't and I have to say, in the way that Jesus' story goes in the New Testament. Okay, you shouldn't talk too much about that till we get there, right? Yes. Uh, I love that balance. I love that there isn't just, oh, there is Jesus now, and so, because for many people, the trust in a man is not there. It just isn't. And it wasn't really for me either. What I saw the men do around me, yes, to my mom, to others, to myself, yeah. So people have developed the word out there, oh, she must be a man hater. I'm not a man hater at all. I'm just not blind to on how much suffering and destruction men have created out there. And how the women just kind of have to follow along. Yes? Okay, just saying. So, Mother Mary, yes, I felt very close to her. And most likely because my mom also felt very close to her. Well, anyway, besides that, aside, okay, the Catholic Church. I've never had anything negative happening to me with the Catholic Church. Again, I can't. It's not there. But I know a lot of other people have, especially when it came to the pedophile charges, this and that, and how that was shoveled under the rug again by men. There, as far as I know, there may be a few women now that are priests in the Catholic Church, but I don't really think it's a man dominated world, the Catholic Church. Okay, that's what it is when it comes to the leadership. They came out with, oh, we're banning pagan symbols. I'm going, and they got rid of all the ones that they had in their catacombs underneath the Vatican, where they got all them riches and this and that going. Well, anyway, I thought that's just weird. Don't they kind of realize that what a dumb thing that is? First of all, why would they even harbor stuff like that? Right? If it has to be banned later on. I mean, that should have been clear to begin with, that paganism isn't a part of the Catholic Church or Catholic faith. So why is that even? Why do they even have stuff like that? For what reason exactly? Right? The interesting thing is now that they want to ban all that, which so what? So pretty soon people can't, so the Catholic Church did that, right? So who's going to follow that now? What kind of a mob will be developing through such a statement? Now suddenly then, smaller groups like people who celebrate the equinox and all that, the May dancing, and okay, I'm just saying. Which in today, I don't know how it was in the past. Maybe it wasn't as bad as people say. I don't know, okay? I don't know. But so what is that? Now then suddenly people aren't allowed to do that? Banning something is, okay, where is that going to go? And how are they trying to force their way into something where to say, why don't you stay out of it and clean up your own mess that you got going in your own church? And why? What the Pope? What does the Pope have to do with any of that? Why would it, he doesn't have enough, and the cardinals and all that, they don't have enough to do. They have to go and start sticking their fingers into someone else's business that most likely isn't hurting anyone? I'm just saying. I don't know how it is all over the world, but I do not believe that the Catholic Church needs to go and tell people which symbols to ban and which not. First of all, most of us know this. It's all humbug. Okay? You want to be superstitious about it? Well, okay. I'm not going to stop you. Maybe that's something that people want to do. I'm not. Anybody sticks anything in my face, I don't know what that is. Do I need to know what that is? No, I don't. Oh, then, but you're ignorant. You don't know what you're going to get into. No, I know exactly what I'm going to get into. People's heart to mind, when they're engaged with something that's really just consuming them, it can become a reality through that. But a symbol is never going to be some kind of a reality. It's just not going to happen. Or even, as I said, doing the equinox thing. I was never into that. People have invited me, and I'm going, sure. I think I went once or twice just to, it's just a party. Yeah. Okay. I'm not putting any kind of importance onto stuff like that. I didn't see any children getting sacrificed or this or that. Okay. All right. Just saying. So, again, what are they hiding? That they suddenly now have to, as I said, you got plenty, the Catholic Church has had plenty of problems within their own ranks. Clean that up. I do not see why a priest has to have 20 goblets. Yes, I've seen that. Goblets. So what, did you just hear what I said? What do they look like? The stuff that they use, the goblets that they're using to put the wine in for Jesus' blood. A goblet. What? Wait a minute. A goblet. What is a goblet exactly? I'm just saying. You see? What, are you going to get rid of all of them? What are you going to use? Just a regular plastic cup? All right, I'm just saying. You see? How this suddenly goes into a direction where you have to say anybody out there who saw that, and it keeps coming up as well. And I did. I went in and I said, I don't get it. Seems like that. Why are they so concerned about that? And why did they have? Somebody please tell me why they had all this stuff. We're harboring all this stuff. Most likely in gold in the Vatican. Why aren't they doing? Melt that gold down. Open up an orphanage somewhere. Or a prison for your pedophile priests. Oh. Should not have said that, huh? How about we do? I've already said the best way to not have these boys exposed to these priests, and you, hey, where are they? Your one doesn't know. Is this one okay? Is that or not? Right? Yes. Seems like regardless on how much they love God, they can't put their sexual desires aside, can they? Yet they're made to do so. Maybe priests need to start getting married and have children, become better priests rather than what? Criminals. How about they change that? Yes? Okay, just saying. So, to go out there and start telling other people what to do, right, when it comes to their beliefs, which in this day and age, I said, what is it? I would say probably the people who are now practicing paganism. First of all, it isn't as it used to be. And number two, I have a feeling that they're not hurting people out there. Yes, there's always some crazy ones. Well, so be it. But an ordained priest is a part of your hood. The Catholic hood. Under the wing of the Pope and the cardinals. Aha. A bit different, hey? Yeah. Well, anyway, just saying. So, people should go out there. And again, for the Christians out there and the believers, are going, who are Christians and Catholics and who knows what? What are they going to do? Become a mob now together? Because the Pope said hello? Anyway. So, yeah. I grew up Catholic. I got good guidance from my mom, mostly. And there was one priest that I met in my childhood, and he was amazing. You could just tell he had a heart for children. He was not a pedophile. Had a heart for children, and the children loved him. And I have no doubt that with his stories of David and this and that he would, well, after we had Bible class, still in school when I was growing up, that he, and I gotta finish up, that he was a light for many a child, yes, due to his amazing parental nature. Yeah. Anyway, so Catholic Church has plenty to clean up and do better in their own surroundings, in their own ranks, this and that. Don't go and tell other people what to do. That's blasphemy right there. Yeah, that's what I call blasphemy. There, yes, I know. May Heavenly Parent bless, protect you, guide you, embrace you with love. And I still haven't heard anything from my dearest brother Eldritch in faith. Eldritch, if you are hearing and seeing this, but you can't respond anymore, I love you. I'll be praying for you. Yes, get better, please. And I will talk to y'all another time.